I'm loath to say it, and I'm really upset at myself, but I'm going to have to finally admit that John, for the first time in a long time, was actually right about something.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
No, don't feed me.
The world might fall off axis, but I had several people that mentioned that they were very excited by the prospect of us just diving into the episode because they said they had listened to things previously and just wanted us to get to the fucking topic already.
Oh, no.
After the first 40 minutes of us talking, they're like, okay, can we just get to that thing you're supposed to talk about?
Aww.
Well, to whoever gave that compliment to you, thank you. And
Indeed.
glad that it's appreciated, because I've been enjoying it too. I don't know, I feel like it...
Like you listen.
Yeah.
I record.
Well, that's all he listens. That's all he listens to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that counts, John, but...
Oh, the episode actually started? All right, done.
Oh, and I'm out of here. Zippity
Indeed.
zoo.
And I'm John.
Hi, come slingers, and welcome to the Disinformed podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
I'm Courtney.
Made it in under 2 minutes flat, motherfuckers. That's
Whoa.
right. But we are going to get hot and heavy here this evening because I'm going to have to avoid the preamble as much as humanly possible, but we have a caveat that we need to add.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Because Mr. Michael has yet again proven he can't finish shit.
Nope, it's in my nature. The ADHD, I never finish anything I start.
I wouldn't even say that. It's just that, you're... Well...
Say what you said earlier, John.
Oh, yeah, now I want to hear.
Oh, was
Say
it...
what you need to say.
What shit you talking?
Oh,
Lay it on me.
Is he faking a cold so he doesn't have to finish?
No.
You were like,
unfortunately.
if he doesn't like the topic, why did he start it?
Bruh,
Thank you, I forgot that.
that's a fair
Yeah.
point.
I had mentioned it. I was talking about it earlier with Michael. I was like, it's a tale of two podcasts last week because it was very like dad hit mom at the dinner table up front. And then all of a sudden we started making cracks about kids with bindles in the middle of it. And then we were laughing again.
Zach
It's
Randy,
like,
baby.
kids getting stuffed back into their box and drizzled on. And suddenly we're back in our lane. So
We
hopefully
got
we
back
can,
on course, yeah.
yeah. But Michael, we look forward to part 3.
Yes, it will be next
the
week.
royal we.
As long as I am not dead. If I am alive next week, then that will be a sure
And hey, if you
promise.
feel like you're dying, just send over your show notes and we'll do it for you.
I'm already editing another show routinely these days, so I don't need Michael for much of anything any longer. I think I'm good.
Uh-oh.
Honestly,
Wow.
though,
Oh,
an
there
you
episode
go.
where John tries to present off of Michael's notes.
That actually kind of sounds fun, yeah.
Especially since your format lately for your scripts are very bullet pointy, so I wouldn't have any of the fill-in information.
Nope.
To play us out, what the fuck does that mean? Play us out.
Why does he keep speaking in idioms and catchphrases and shit? This is terrible.
Well, speaking of terrible, what we typically do on this glorious little show is we will delve into a random esoteric topic, and in the course of explaining it to one another, we will leaven in the occasional lie, and that is the shtick, that is the fun of this process. And it is incumbent on the co-hosts who are listening to ferret out the fact from the fiction, and call the lies in situ, point at them, and scream the word posse.
Posse.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you for that. But we've been talking about this, and I kind of teased a pair of our co-hosts here, and I'm leaving John in the dark because that's the best place for him.
Yep.
But as this episode is his namesake, I'm going to have to explain a little further. But a gentleman who I'm very fond of was topping the pop charts fairly recently, at the end of the month of July, as a matter of stern fact. The gentleman John Mayer just released Sob Rock, and it was the #1 album in the nation for a good long while.
Yay.
And in honor of that, I'm going to try to be a little topical here, and I'm going to make the perpetual joke be that the Bristol stool scale is never going to be discussed, but I'm just going to keep teasing it. So
And teased I will feel.
it will get there. It's around. I've decided the format for me going forward is going to be light topic, heavy topic. Light topic, heavy topic, and I'm just going to swap off.
It's called balance.
Yes, I'm going to, try to make some things fun, and other times we'll talk about people chained in a basement, and that's on the horizon. So look
Woohoo!
forward to that, friends and neighbors.
Cannot wait.
Is that connected to the Bristol stool? Because now I'm really excited about that.
We're not going to combine your kinks into one hard to reach but easy to swallow format for you, Michael. I'm afraid that's not what I'm here for.
Then what am I even doing here?
So this week I'm going to beg the question, whose body is a Wonderland, John Mayer? We about to find out.
Are we analyzing the song itself?
Give me a second here.
I'm excited.
He was
I understand
asking
you
John
like
Mayer,
to-
not you.
I know you.
Michael needs 45 minutes of foreplay. All I need is someone to touch me in passing, like an accidental grazed shoulder, and I'll come immediately. So
Yeah, I know you like the orgasm up front, and then you just apologize for the rest of the act. But I tend to do things in the normal
it's
fashion.
called ex-Catholicism.
Well,
That explains a lot about my first 2 boyfriends.
Yeah.
There's no priest involved in this at all. I love that it sounds like someone's just going to be electrocuted through the course of this episode. It's like anytime John has an impure thought, someone's got an electrode on his nutsack.
It's the ghost of Charles Jacobs coming through our mics.
Indeed. And through our bodies and souls
Mother?
as well. Come to Mother. So, I have 6 lies here for you this evening, boils and ghouls. And I hope you are ready, because there are also about 18 different sources that I had to suss this thing out from.
God.
18 tabs. That's
What are you,
impressive.
Captain Tabs over here? Captain Sources?
I am indeed Captain Tabs.
Captain
and
of keeping
I'm,
tabs. So anytime they need a tab open, they go to him.
I'm spreading throughout the country, and you'll bloat around the neck and face. Oh, Michael, hi.
Oh,
Why are
taking
you
a
targeting?
trip? Are we with the captain?
No, I'm Captain Tabs. It's different. It's not trademarked. I cannot be sued for Captain Tabs. So when the book is finally closed in a Kevin Smith dogma-esque fashion on the human experience, I am sure there will be few documented fixations which transcend the human preoccupation with relationships. Because we all just love watching how we bump up against one another like moths to flames, etc. So much of our artistic expression, in fact, fixates on how we relate to one another on the widest array of emotional spectrums. Romantically, platonically, intellectually, physically, psychologically. Songs, films, books, TED Talks, paintings, podcasts, political advertisements all have, in some way, shape, or form, fixated on the idea of expressing sentiment about our interconnectivity. Be that as lurid as you would like to, OnlyFans friends here. So,
Ow.
it is not shocking that the pop culture public writ large is a bit obsessed with songwriting as an expression of one's love or heartbreak. Was it Nancy Sinatra's smash hit You're So Vain that put a collection of prior paramours on blast, which spearheaded this fixation for the American conscience, perhaps? Or maybe the famed Fleetwood Mac classic Rumors, which vaulted the concept of bandmates singing songs about one another to one another before our very eyes to the forefront of our obsessive fixations. And lest we forget Miss Taylor Swift, who seemingly penned a song for every singular pair of eyes that ever casually flittered her direction. But I digress. So, regardless, music fans are absolutely ravenous for information detailing who's that song about, even beyond the topic of romance. If I'd had a nickel for every time I saw Dave Grohl get peppered about whether or not my hero details his feelings regarding Kurt Cobain's passing, I could retire to Sheboygan by now.
Oh, nice old Sheboygan.
Indeed.
Beautiful weather. Excellent.
Yes. Close to Geenland, so you can get rid of bodies very quickly there and then dig them back up later on if you're so inclined.
If you need furniture.
And cheese by the barrelful.
Ooh. Sign me up.
Yeah, I do love me a good Wisconsin cheddar.
No, not for Courtney. No Wisconsin cheddar for Courtney. Too lowball.
Yeah.
What's
I
the
thought you
cheese
enjoyed
of
low
choice?
balls.
Like a nice Maytag blue, personally, but
Isn't that a dryer?
I was going to say, does it?
That cheese can't get serviced. In any event, I pen this long-winded and cheesy intro because it's something of a personal interest for me as well, without going into any detail that anyone on this podcast hasn't already heard 2 million times. But I've been party to performing on certain songs concerning my personal relationships by and with another artist, and have subsequently responded in kind, as is well documented. So as a songwriter, it is, of course, very cathartic to write autobiographically, particularly when you're aware the other party will be cognizant of the song's content. I.e. Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, once or twice, maybe. But consequently, I do have a decent amount of skin in the game, as it were, and have talked about this with other musicians as well. And so it's something that we all ruminate over from time to time. We've all discussed it at length, as a matter of fact. So you can say we have insight into this phenomena, which is particular to those of us sitting on this call, even Michael, who wrote his most jaunty tuba tune relative to that dog he loved once.
Oh,
Skippy, come back. Oh, Sniffles, Skippy, whatever.
Where are my testicles, Michael?
Oh, in my mouth.
Dog Balls, Volume 1.
I love you,
Yeah,
Knuffles.
turn off your camera if you're going to do that, Michael. He's dying.
Yeah, he's
Get
dying.
those dogs out of the bathtub.
He's deceased. We killed him.
Oh my god, I can't breathe well.
Promise me that you'll filter in some of that audio into the actual episode.
Oh my god, no. No one wants to hear coughing. No.
Quick, listeners, raise your hand if you want to hear him die.
If you want
I
to
saw a
listen to
hand.
me die, leave a review or a comment, and I will add it.
Because as we all know, John has no self-control, so he'll turn the coughing into a song.
Oh God, you're
I've
right.
done less. I've done more for
less.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I've also
Documented.
done less for more. So I mean, it's all there.
It's tomato potato.
So amidst all of this roiling nonsense, I will say we do this chin wagging, good God, to get around to today's topic, a song that on the surface is rather innocuous when it comes to content, but is infectious to the ear and a bit of a fixation for the fevered fans who adore a good songwriting story. John Mayer's 2002 smash hit, Your Body is a Wonderland.
Sorry, can you pronounce that correctly? It's your body is a wonderland.
Your
It's-
potty?
Your body.
Your potty is a wonderland.
Listen, your chocolate starfish fixation has nothing to do with me or this topic, friend.
If only we could fly.
Try to do it Durstly over here. Dudley Durstly, in fact. So, Mayer released this much-beloved single in October of 2002, which was coincidentally the same year that he began a high-profile public relationship with actress, singer, and former Kids Incorporated co-star Jennifer Love
I
Hewitt.
thought it was Aniston.
Not in 2002, friend.
He did fuck
You need
Aniston, though.
That's beside
You're like a
the
child that just wanders into the middle of the movie and starts screaming, Hannibal Lecter's gonna kill him!
point. Watch out! He's
It's
gonna
the opening
get you.
sequence, you stupid shit. Still doing the spooky music while Clarice is running through the woods like no one's getting stabbed yet. Calm down.
Fine.
He's probably the kind of person that watches a horror movie and it's like, watch out!
Oh yeah, Michael named 5 horror movies.
I'm willing to wait for this.
Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
No,
No sequels.
Oh.
you get Saw. There's one.
All right. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You're doing great.
The Checkers Chainsaw Mascara.
The checker, the seesaw,
You got
Oh.
3 to
Checker
go, bud.
auto part.
the
Yes.
Candyman.
That's 3.
Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jeepers Creepers, which is actually one of my favorites.
Okay, and now before we get off this bit and back to the episode, have you seen any of those 5 movies?
Yeah, I've seen Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2.
Fuck you.
I like Justin Long. He's a.
I'm not saying
no.
fuck you
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you've
he's in
seen
that.
Jeepers Creepers. I think that's actually a fun horror movie. I'm saying fuck you because if that's the only one of the 5 that you've seen.
Oh, I can't remember the other ones that I said, so I'm just.
I
going
also
with
like that Michael said, I'm going to remind the listeners here that Michael's not presenting this week because he was afraid of being, the person who had to speak. Joe Cocker over here. Jesus, okay.
Love you, buddy.
So, back to Ms. Hewitt and Mr. Mayer. With the timing involved with the release of the song relative to their relationship sort of, burgeoning into the public consciousness here, fans have assumed for years that Hewitt is the party the song concerns. However, the speculation does not end there. The fact that Mr. Mayer has been documented as being unlucky in love, and he'll be the first to admit he's partially to blame, has given rise to waves of speculation about the inspiration behind nearly every song he has ever written espousing any romantic sentiment.
Whoa.
I'm
That's a
not
lot.
kidding. Like, if
Damn.
you look at some of these, speculatory sites that they have out there that talk about celebrity relationships, this man is just plastered all over them.
I think I've seen a few of those, and I'm sure that that's one of your sources, right?
Oh, there's many.
Okay.
Yes. So, from the assumption that the song Heartbreak Warfare addresses his tempestuous relationship with Friends star Jennifer Aniston.
Thank
There
you.
you are, John. Calm the fuck down. And possibly some of his jealousy toward her ex Brad Pitt, with the line, drop his name, push it in, and twist the knife again, watch my face as I pretend to feel no pain, to a brief flare-up he had with actress Natalie Portman in 2004 while she was filming Garden State, lending inspiration for my favorite John Mayer song, in fact, In Your Atmosphere, which has never actually been released as a studio recording. It's just a live track that he does from time to time. And then his rap battle-esque back and forth with Taylor Swift with the songs Dear John and Paper Doll. And finally, his transparency about his hit Still Feel Like Your Man concerning his split with fellow pop icon Katy Perry. He was asked about it in an interview, and he said, yeah, who else would I be thinking about? Referring to Perry at the
Is
time
that
after
bullshit?
they parted company. No.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That is true. And they had, she was actually guested on a couple of songs on one of his albums. as well. Born and Raised.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's good enough looking for like half these women.
Oof.
Well,
But he knows how to
Courtney's,
use his
on
fingers.
the record.
God damn.
He is very dexterous. We know that.
I guess that's fair.
He
You can
does
always-
the bendy.
Can always turn the lights off and just let him work his magic.
He also can do at least 18 cock push-ups.
That is fact.
Seen it.
You've been on the
Jack
receiving
Black
end.
taught him.
What is a cock push-up?
Well, you just lay on your stomach and you allow your boner to lift you up off of the ground.
You don't know what that
Oh.
is, Michael?
I am very out of shape,
You've
I
never.
guess. Nope.
Oh,
I am
never
shapes.
It's a bummer.
None
Says
of
a
them
lot
are
about
good.
you.
Yeah.
So, in
I'm
any
a
event,
disappointment.
throngs of songs penned by Mr. Mayer have been ascribed to him ruminating over his former flames. And so, there's a degree of nonsense we're going to delve into over the course of discussing this. But to provide a little further context to the chatter about Mayer's penning Wonderland about Hewitt, the two, of course, dated in 2002, as I alluded to. However, the song was actually recorded in 2001 and was written long before Mayer ever made it into the studio to craft Room for Squares, the album that it is featured on. So you can probably assume not necessarily about Miss Hewitt. That said, facts do have little relevance in fan fiction, as Michael will attest to
Oh, yeah.
anyone who's sitting around to listen.
Fan fictions don't care about your facts.
And you can be shipped regardless of the shit that you've actually done in your life. But this rumor is so pervasive, in fact, that Hewitt is still being asked about it. I found an interview as recent as 2018 where the subject was addressed. So on the Inside of You podcast, and that's a title that I don't even want to contemplate for longer than a couple seconds. Oh, God. Don't make it a Journey song, please. I can't,
No,
I
it's,
can't cope.
Get him to the Greek. It's the fake band that who's oh, fuck, not Statham. Jason Segel. He wrote all
You
the
got
music
some-
for that. Anyway,
Yeah, you've been fixating on our friend who is another alum of the Katy Perry Fuck Club. So
sorry.
you were just talking about forgetting Sarah Marshall
Oh,
last
yeah, yeah,
week
yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So now you're chasing somebody's dick on this show.
I think I just need to rewatch Get Him to the Greek because it's been on my mind. I just haven't done it yet because I
Okay.
I adore that movie.
Also, I can't remember what the hell his name is.
Russell
Aldous
Brand?
Snow. Yeah, Russell Brand, Aldous Snow. Yeah,
Yes. I take it either way you want to. I don't care.
I will.
Need
If
some
it's, if it's
hairspray.
him, he can give it any way he wants. Yeah.
He's very erudite. I will say that. I'm impressed by him personally.
Okay.
Just his taste is subject to quibbling. But anywho, Mr. Michael Rosenbaum, the host of Inside of You, asked Hewitt point blank about the matter. He briefly mentioned Mayer's name while he and Hewitt spoke about her dating history, which led to the perfect opportunity for him to pepper her with that question fans have always clamored for an answer about. Rosenbaum started to say, "My assistant told me to ask you this," before she cut him off abruptly, and then said, "My body is a wonderland?" And he says, "Yeah," confirming that's precisely what he was going to ask about. He's like, "For the record, was it written about you?" And she simply stated, "No, it's not about her." Pressing her for a little more information, and because he seemed to be genuinely surprised by this response, he asked, "It wasn't written about you?" And Hewitt then says, she doesn't believe it was written for her, but she is more than fine with people thinking that it was because that is a real compliment. The actress still loves the song and appreciates that people think that it is about her. She's also exceedingly good-natured about the presumption as well, joking in an Entertainment Weekly interview that my body is far from a wonderland. My body's more like a pawn shop. There's a lot of interesting things put together, and if you look closely, you'd probably be excited, but at first glance, not so much.
That's bullshit.
That is not a real quote from her.
That is an actual quote,
no.
friends.
Wow.
Literally said by one of the greatest women walking
She's
in
so
this country.
hot.
Well, if that's the
Uh-huh.
case, I want to know where the pawn shop is.
Yes, I have a ticket waiting
I
presently.
wish to verify these claims.
I have some things to consign.
I watched Heartbreakers 87 times, once in slow-mo. And that Sigourney is still hot.
Well, that's kind of
so,
sad that if she thinks her body's a pawn shop.
What does that mean
Well,
for the
I
rest
think-
of us?
When you
Oh,
look
God.
like that, you have to be a little self-deprecating, all right? I don't think you can walk around being like, "Yeah, you're right, my body is in fact a wonderland. I sell tickets weekly, and it is a roller coaster ride, bitch."
I mean,
Is that frowned
it would-
upon? Should
I
I,
was gonna-
stop?
I was gonna say that would if Jennifer Love Hewitt came and said that to me, I would come again.
hmm Could you come again?
Come again?
I'm trying.
Also, speaking of which, is anybody here familiar besides me with the show Kids Incorporated?
No.
Does this
No.
register with any? Okay. It also co-stars Fergie, which is ridiculous, but this is back prior to her. I forget her actual Christian name, but yeah, they were both singers in a kids pop act.
So
And it has a very Saved by the Bell kind of feel. So if you really want to
Huh.
have a weird nostalgia trip with me, these people are all my contemporaries. They're all about the same age, so that dates me a little bit more. But yeah, I had major crushes on these sirens when they were young and tender.
So this
before
is
they...
way before Fergie peed herself on stage.
Oh yes, long before she urinated in public.
By the way,
which,
people don't forget. You know,
No, they don't.
Just in case the listeners don't know, she peed herself on stage, and they caught video.
Yeah, well, so have you. So no one's judging here.
No
I'm
one's
just
caught
saying.
it.
But how
No
about
one's
that
caught
national
it.
anthem,
There's
though?
no videos of it.
Never forget.
I've seen you wringing out your underwear in the green room after sets, so I know what goes on.
That's not pee.
That's not pee.
Oh, God.
Why does this look like milk strained through a weird
Okay.
colander?
Buckets and buckets.
Chunky.
Oh, why did you have to say chunky?
Cream rises to the top, motherfucker.
It's like cottage
I'm not having
cheese.
fun on this
I want
ride
out.
anymore.
Can we leave? John, shut it down.
Shut it down. Get me out of here.
Hey, someone was talking about their Maytag cheese earlier, so I think John's bringing you the dirty stuff from his washer.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's not what I want.
I'm not going to continue because
Okay, all right, moving on. So that is not to say that every interpretation boils down to dirty-minded dalliances. A rather piquant post on the site lyricinterpretations.com, and I fucking wish this thing was a joke, but that site exists, and I'm going to denote for the record that this was marked as...
genius.com.
If only. But this was noted on the site as being a poor interpretation of the song's intent. So just putting that out first. This is a great song. People who look at the surface of the lyrical content miss the true depth behind the words. John Mayer is clearly not just talking about his love for a woman. This song is a satirical take on the anthropocentric worldview of the West in relation to the environment. Mayer describes the world, or body, as a wonderland, highlighting the selfish way that man exploits nature for his own ends. The world looks so good that sometimes it hurts him. In this instance, Mayer himself is abstracted and acts both as the victim and the villain, as he sees the planet being destroyed through ravenous and insatiable pleasure that is derived from our exploitative ways. It is not a sex song, it's a message for the ages.
Can I take a stab at what I think the song's about?
Sure.
Pussy. That's it. Let's go.
I mean, he doesn't say your pussy is a wonderland.
He doesn't have to. It's in the subtext.
Did the person just say, did that interpretation say that the planet gets pleasure when we exploit it?
I don't think that's precisely what it said.
But that's the context that I feel like I got from that last part.
He's saying the planet is destroyed through our insatiable pleasure at exploiting it, not that the planet enjoys being objectified.
I was
It's a
like,
waste of good suffering.
This was getting some, like, green, eco-friendly stuff, and then all of a sudden, but it comes when you destroy it. It's
if
great.
you didn't want me to litter on you, you shouldn't address that way.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell, Michael. Okay, so
You
there
killed
is
Courtney, by the way. She's dying.
all right, well, she shouldn't address that way either. There is no
Wow.
conceit. I kid. She can dress however the hell she wants, and I applaud her for it.
So
You
stunning.
go,
So
girl.
brave.
Get it.
I'm gonna
In fact, I'm going to take my shirt off just right now in solidarity.
I'll join you.
Do it now. I want to watch.
You won't.
Hold on, Daisy. I want to watch.
Love you. Comedy. Jokes.
All right. There is no conceit to the acidic deterioration caused by the bubblegum tongue in there, so I can gauge their point, however. I also truly relished this post on that site, which I'll relate for pure entertainment value. Gosh. This song is disturbing. I mean, seriously, John Mayer, you're going to write a song about how great sex is? That's so not classy at all. I don't want to hear about how you love to bang your girlfriend. If a guy is saying that to me, like, gosh, I'd slap him in the dick as hard as I could, and he would be out the door in an instant.
That's a fake fucking quote.
Yeah, true.
No, the quote is true. So if you got something that you feel is disingenuous, you might want to tell me what it is, friend.
Was that actually in response to John Mayer's song?
Yes,
Or was that a different
this was a post on the Your Body is a Wonderland interpretation.
Was that actually written by Michael?
Plot twist. If some
Dick
dude
twist.
saying that to me, I'd slap him in the dick.
John, you got half credit, but I'm gonna want you to sniff around, friend.
Oh,
You're capable.
You're gonna give up?
have you met me?
Bitch out? Oh,
Have you met me?
fair.
I have. Been there,
First,
done
I
that.
thought the whole
Got
quote
the
was
haircut.
bullshit. Yeah,
No, the
exactly.
whole quote is not bullshit. There is a segment of it that is
Slapping in the
not
dick
correct.
is not.
Thank you.
Thank you. But
I
everything
gave
else.
you a layup,
Yes,
asshole. Like,
thank you.
yes,
Slap-
everything else is there.
There's no way that they would even print that.
It says I would slap him as hard as I could. I decided to give you a little something to keep you
Also,
interested.
slapping him in the dick, you would like it,
I mean, you'd hope.
right, Michael? That's things that people
That's
like.
that's a fetish.
I held the gun, you pulled the trigger.
Hey,
Okay.
can I
There's
ask
a great
sorry.
thing called Pain Olympics that you can
I've had
look
a
into if you
sidebar
really want
question,
to.
and it's really been bothering me. And
Oh, why am I not shocked?
I was curious if maybe you guys could weigh in on this real quick, or
we go.
listeners, feel free.
In the comments.
So this is like a fetish culture.
This is not
question.
YouTube.
Oh my.
So
Oh God.
in this imaginary scenario, these people are on a vacation on a beach, and
Yes,
one of-
John, you should seek therapy.
Are you spoiling White Lotus?
Yes.
Don't! I've not finished
No,
it yet.
no, I haven't even started it.
Oh.
So these people are on a beach, and then a jellyfish stings one of them, and then they have to pee on the other person. Do you think that a piss fetish has been originated from that exact moment?
No.
Oh, as in like someone discovered their fetish from that?
From a jellyfish sting and having to get peed on?
Uh,
And then now they're bringing jellyfishes around, and they're like, you don't need the jellyfishes. And they're like, actually, no, this is part of it now. This is my thing. I need the jellyfish. I need the sting and the pee. I can't just have one or the other.
Okay, I was going to say that seems feasible until you said they bring the jellyfish with them everywhere and they say, I need this to start. I mean, it's one of those things where it makes a little bit of sense because that's what I was thinking while you were saying that, what other situations would you be peed on that already didn't have to do with the fetish?
Exactly.
That's the only thing I could think of. But like, it also, you have to think of most times when you get stung, it's like on your arm or your leg or something like that. You're not going face first into a jellyfish. So, and I'm taking an assumption here, that
So
golden
I'd say
showers.
that a portion of the fervor surrounding this song in particular stems from how candid Mayer has been about his past relationships and sex life in the media. We're referring, of course, to the man who famously described Jessica Simpson as sexual napalm in a Playboy interview, and told Rolling Stone regarding his breaking up with Jennifer Aniston, "I've never really gotten over it. It was one of the worst times of my life." It's easy to see how a song about physical intimacy from a man who later went on to indicate he's searching for a partner in a possession of a vagina you could pitch a tent on and just camp out for like a weekend.
Wait,
You know, the Joshua Tree of vaginas might stir up a bit of adolescent female
that's a real
interest.
quote?
That is a real quote.
Jesus.
Did he really call Jessica Simpson, what'd you say?
Sexual napalm? Sure did.
And was that a compliment or an insult? Because I
A
can't.
compliment. He said he would
Okay.
pay her to fuck her if he had to.
Wow.
He would spend
Okay.
thousands of dollars in order to continue to fuck her if he had to.
Wow.
He felt it was that good.
All right.
Huh.
So for those of you who enjoyed Dukes of Hazzard, there are hazards there that have not been contemplated before, but
I don't think
napalm's probably not a good choice considering the connotation. But yes, I see where you're going, Michael.
Okay.
It's kind of the sting that a jellyfish might give you if you're a fucking pervert. Anywho, moving on.
Thank you for giving me closure.
No, I'll fucking close your eyes forever, you dim-witted shit. Anywho,
Promise?
let me get over there. Give me
You
45
will?
minutes. If I don't hit you in traffic, I'll burn your house down. So, the reality of the song's inspiration might be even more titillating than previously imagined. Now, Mayer is admittedly not necessarily one to kiss and tell, but a little diving, pardon the pun, revealed a cross-sectional collision with the contemporary composition of another singer-songwriter, Vanessa Carlton.
Ooh.
The Be Not Nobody songstress and Mayer dated for a time in John's post-Hewitt phase around 2003, so this is of course no shock. However, the pair appear to have enjoyed a little bit of a fling prior to their official documented public romance. In her interview with Vice regarding the inspiration for writing 1,000 Miles, Carlton admits that the song is about a crush that she had on a Berkeley student, and I would never talk to this person. I was very shy, and there was just no way in God's creation that this would ever happen. So the idea of, like, you have a better chance of falling up than ever having a relationship with this person. And I cannot say this person's name because he's like a famous musician, and I don't want to say. She is then asked by the director of this Vice thing, well, does the person know the song is about them? To which she responds, no. As it stands, Mayer attended Berkeley in 1997, which a bit of casual sleuthing reveals is the era when Carlton initially penned this famous single. She was 17 at the time when she composed it. Added to which we have Mayer's own explanation of where Body originated from. On his VH1 Storytellers appearance, Mayer stated he wrote the song about his first girlfriend that he had at age 19, indicating that the song was originally named Strawberry Wonderland, but was later changed. Said Mayer, "It's really a song about when you could love someone enough to jump into bed at 4 in the afternoon and get out when it's, like, dark. Like when you go see a movie and you walk out and it's dark out. Same thing, except, you know, instead of the movie, it's sex."
He's got a lot of jam.
Indeed. So given that the two were attending the same school at that time, went on to have a very public relationship 6 years later, and both wrote hit songs that were released within a year of one another, this story fits entirely too well to seem completely overcooked. So, does Mayer mind that his first songs were considered to be sophomoric pop songs about showing up the jocks at his old school and getting busy with a beautiful songstress? On that subject, Mayer is very open. In fact, in 2007, he said, I don't know if you know, but I'm not exactly Bob Dylan. I'm already a pop musician. I'm not on the, as they say in the parentheses here, rock snob archive label Razor and Tie. I want to reach as many people as possible. Listen, I can play you Wes Montgomery's Smokin' at the Half Note. I can play you Van Halen's Panama. I love Big Bill Brunsey. I love Charlie Patton, and I'm not interested in carrying on those people's legacies. I'm interested in being informed by all of this music while still meeting the requirements of what a pop song is. I don't mind compromising. And that, my dear friends,
What?
is what I have for you regarding this topic.
I blinked and it was over.
Uh-huh.
So there's not
The,
official closure other than just the sleuthiness of Carlton?
Indeed. So it's a bit of speculation on my part as I was researching this, where I saw what actually spurred this conversation initially. So I had thought, in the course of having conversations with other people, that this song was about Natalie Portman.
Okay.
And that was how it was originally posed to me. And so I had started investigating because I was under the impression that they had, this sort of torrid love affair and all these things happened. And then I went on to discover that all this was around Jennifer Love Hewitt and had nothing to do with Natalie Portman, and everybody was talking about her and Moby instead, and how bizarre that situation was. So I did not find anything to corroborate the Portman thing until I started diving into the In Your Atmosphere stuff. But I was like a goon for Garden State, and we've talked about this previously. Like I'm a bit of a fan of Natalie Portman naturally.
Oh, yeah.
So we've gone in and out of these tunnels before, but it felt like a very interesting thing. And then I saw the Vice little 20-minute documentary that they did on 1,000 Miles. And you've got this sort of cloyed, cute sort of thing with Vanessa Carlton talking about how it's a famous person and she doesn't want to say who it's about. And there's a bunch of people speculating online. And then I discovered that these two actually were in a relationship with one another at a time and then had these weird cross-sections. So all of this kind of threaded together in a very interesting serpentine sort of way. And I didn't want to overstay my welcome because, there's a whole lot of other stuff you can get into about people speculating over who wrote what song about who. This happens all the time. There was a whole, speaking of our favorite artist these days, Fred Durst had a song where he, was speculated to have written it about Britney Spears. And it was this whole big cavalcade of speculation where people were saying that he was, a pervert for saying things like basically claiming on record that he had had sex with her, and was a little untoward in the way that he was phrasing it. And so a lot of very bizarre stuff surrounds people's fascinations with what the motivation behind songs is.
Yeah.
And so I figured I would just, tease the skirt up a little bit on this.
I like it.
To use a horrible turn of phrase.
We only caught one, and that was with guidance.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well.
Do you feel proud of yourself? Do you?
Do I ever?
I don't know. Do you?
No, I hate everything.
Okay.
It's just kind of the story of my life.
Hate fuck me with the other 5, unless these guys have something.
I kind of have a stab.
Please give me. I'm curious because I threw a lot of material at you. So
So there was a TikTok series that I saw about 3 or 4 months ago that was speculating that Vanessa Carlton's song was actually about another woman that she went to school with. So is she actually related at all to this story?
What do you mean?
Did she actually go to school with John Mayer? Were they in school at the same time?
They were in school at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
There was something about Sinatra, but I think I may have missed part of that.
That was Nancy Sinatra.
Yes,
not
yes,
Frank.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And I think I had forgotten it. But anything about?
No, that is true.
Okay,
the song "You're So Vain" is actually believed to have been written about 3 different individuals. One of which is Warren Beatty, is the speculation. But yes, there's a lot of people who like to tie these things together. Public Romance, the fascination with Rumors in particular, that album is still, as of right now, in the top 200 hot list for selling materials. And that was released in the 70s. Wow. So you can imagine the staying power of something where you've got 2 couples in the band that broke up very publicly and then started writing material about one another. It's kind of a fascination for Americans.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole TMZ paparazzi people just eat it up. And then when, instead of having to harass the celebrity about who are you dating, what's going on, they're just writing about it. That's free content, I guess, for people.
Now, Courtney, I'm going to give you a moment here because they were in school at the same time. But if you're sniffing around in that area, I will give you a moment to explore further if you're inclined.
Ooh.
Oh.
The dangling the carrot there.
Mm-hmm.
Was the school not Berkeley?
That would be correct.
Because I think where did I?
She
I
went to
wanna say she
Juilliard.
went to- yeah. I was gonna say she went to school in New York.
Yes, and that is one of the lies.
Yeah.
So,
amazing.
congratulations.
You gave that one though. That doesn't count.
Well, but I mean, you were sniffing
ever?
around the same spot, so I gave you another bite at the apple. But they were in school at the same time, so technically your first stab was not correct, but you got there eventually. Anything else?
Nope.
But it was still about a Berkeley. Like he still went to Berkeley, right? Or did they?
He
both
did.
go
Yes, he went to
Okay.
Berkeley.
Sorry, I'm like 10 steps behind here, and I'm like, wait, who's John Mayer? As
am I?
a joke.
He's
What
a
year
Yaz-
is it?
A Yaz musician.
Hey, Michael, name 5 songs.
Oh, that's actually a fun one.
In general,
No. 5.
I mean, either
5
really.
Mayer songs.
Oh, I don't know. I know your body's a Wonderland. That's all you're gonna get out.
do you, name one more.
No.
Try.
All right, you're done.
I'm thinking blank. Nothing is going on in my
I said
brain.
one at the beginning of this show, in a matter of fact, and then I named 4 others while I was presenting this topic. So
Meanwhile,
you
he was
had-
just waiting for clarity.
I am the TV static right now. That is who I am.
I feel like the question
That
is a
what
little
I am.
bigger than your body, you know?
in fact,
Oh,
I am
most
bigger
certainly.
than my body at this point.
Oh, you guys are all referencing. Fuck all y'all.
Well, we just, as of right now, we're sharing the split screen silence is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I
all
mean,
those that you just said there.
Michael,
there's
you're
my
wandering
4.
the great indoors. Do you know it?
You could go ask your daughters.
Yeah, true. Also, yeah, I'm sure it'll all come back to you. Yeah.
We get it. You all are cool and popular, and you know shit. All right, I get it.
Michael, one of these days you'll be born and raised. It's going to be fine.
On the playground?
Michael,
where I spend most
if
of
I
my
get
days.
sick of doing this podcast, I'm going to find another you. All right, so we're moving on.
The
Here we
best
go.
I got is "Save Me San Francisco" from an entirely different band.
You're
that was-
fired. Just
yeah.
shut up. I
Oh,
don't
I'm
want to
just-
hear it anymore.
Man, I'm just waiting for the world to change.
That is
Well,
John Mayer. Okay,
that might
okay.
be might be wildfire, or you might just have a little belief there, John.
Yeah.
But I'm an assassin.
Yeah.
My
Just in
God.
case you were
All right,
curious.
God.
guys.
I know
Jesus
that we're
Christ.
vultures here, but why don't we get the rest of the lies?
Saying, well,
Ugh.
I don't need another shade of green to know I'm on the right side with you, John.
Good
All right.
Lord.
All right, lie number 1 is one that I actually threw back at you another time to see if anybody wanted to take a bite at it. He and Natalie Portman never had a relationship. They were never connected. They have never
Aw.
dated. There's nothing about them at all connected. So the song In Your Atmosphere is written about somebody in Los Angeles, and he doesn't want to go to L.A. anymore, but it has nothing to do with Natalie Portman.
Beautiful song.
Yes, it's still my favorite. I still have no idea who the hell he's talking about, but what are you going to do? And I was going to throw in other things about how Zach Braff looks very similar to John Mayer, and so the whole Garden State thing played out in a very interesting way, but I left it alone because I figure I don't need to tack more time onto this nonsense.
Speaking of, though, Scrubs is worth a rewatch, I think, and Zach Braff is always made me laugh.
I didn't watch it the first time, so
well.
it should be fun.
It should be fun. It's very lighthearted for the most part, but anyway.
Is it aged any?
I
it's
will
fairly-
report back because I think I'm going to start
Okay.
rewatching the here and there.
Yeah, because I hear people talking all about Friends and everything like that, and I'm like,
I know that back in
that's-
its heyday, it was still really well received for how accurate they portray medical related things. In fact, I think it was more medically accurate than the big budget drama shows on the other networks like ER and Grey's and
Anatomy
what's
and all
the
that.
fucking grouchy guy who's
Not Grey's Anatomy, thank you.
I said anatomy.
House.
House, yeah.
Anyway,
Ugh.
neither here nor there.
I
You
do
don't
like
know
Grey's
who
Anatomy,
Hugh
though.
Laurie is?
Actually, House is well known for being very medically accurate because one of the ladies who does the medical journal for the New York Times was writing on that show.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
She also got headaches from MSG.
Oof. That's
Steven.
Okay, so number 2, winging our way here, is being slapped in the dick, as John was. Yep, I was waiting for the spit take, so thank you.
Close, very close.
No dick slapping here.
Aw.
Lie number 3 is, of course, that the song was written about a Berkeley student. It was not written about a Berkeley student. It was written about an individual who attended Juilliard with Miss Carlton.
Okay.
And in fact was not a musician at all, but is a famous actor as described. So that is lie number 4
I should have known.
to fall back
Ooh.
in.
Dang it.
And
Double whammy.
But, that is what it is. And so, Vanessa Carlton did date John Mayer. They were together. And so, I was able to extrapolate this. But, Mr. Mayer, lie number 5 is his first girlfriend was not when he was 19. He is a little bit more fast of a bloomer, in fact. His first girlfriend was at 14, according to him. So, this song was written about he and a 13-year-old girl,
No.
apparently.
Stop. Mm-mm.
Well, he was 14, right? So
Yeah, he was 14,
but-
yes.
and she was-
So-
yeah, so
I mean,
This
it's
is
okay.
his relationship with a very young and borderline, barely post-pubescent young lady. But, you get what you get when you get it, apparently.
I don't like it.
yeah. Well,
Yep.
It's fair. Yeah.
And
actually
so-
says on his Wikipedia page, it's John Mayer, his age, and then it says he be fucking.
And they're not wrong. He is, in fact. It's like a wave, in fact. Or an emoji of a wave, if you would.
Honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, indeed. But, you could roll it on home, John.
By the way, if this isn't Dewan's favorite episode,
True.
I quit.
I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd here, but you're welcome, Dewan. I'm glad that you're here with us, and,
Yes.
and big loves and kisses from over here on the dark side. But where we talk about music that is not country, and that's Country Brothers, winging your way every week, mostly. And it's a laugh riot, and they are glorious, and they're going to be celebrating their birthday here very soon, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Happy
Oh.
birthday, boys.
Party down.
Huh.
The I can see why y'all are kin. That you're sharing a month.
Oh, yeah. We
It's a
poured.
beautiful thing. So lie number 6, the final one in this saga, is of course that the two were attending the same school at the same time, and so the songs could have some correlation with one another. They were not attending the same school. They were attending it at the same time, just she was over at Juilliard, he was at Berkeley, and he was only there for a year. He bounced right the hell out and elected to just pursue his career as a professional magician, as Michael would say.
Ah, yes.
Very much.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So
it's
that blood
But
sugar
he-
baby.
But you still think that her song is attributed, like it was about him?
No, it's
No.
not. That's
No?
the
Okay.
that's the
Jesus,
whole
Michael.
crux of this.
I'm sorry. I'm literally television
Cody
static.
doesn't-
I'm trying to
he
tune
doesn't
it
understand. He doesn't understand sarcasm. He doesn't relate facts or their inaccuracy.
Yeah, so you got hit pretty hard with the dumbs, huh?
in here. I mean, more so than usual, yes.
Well, actually, Michael, this is all predicated on a lie I told back 17 episodes ago when I presented.
knew it!
And I looped this in because you believed it back then, and I didn't appropriately convey that it was a lie at the time. And so now I'm re-clarifying with additional lie here so that you can, be tricked all over again.
Ha! I knew it.
Goes
It
all the way to the
it all
top.
Yes.
Well, I do hope you feel better for next week because the people need closure.
Oh, I'll give them closure even if I'm still dying. I can't hold it for much longer.
And
Oh,
thank you,
God.
Shane, for
You.
whipping this together. Did you just do this today?
No,
no,
I
you said you
in
had
the
this
chamber?
prepared for a while.
Yeah, I'm actually somebody who likes to prepare, so I have got, as of right now,
Ouch.
4 topics fully prepared and waiting in the
Just
wings
ready
in
to
case
go.
I need to present at a moment's notice.
Nice.
They're all done, ready to roll, and fully formatted.
Nice.
Ooh.
So that's how I roll.
Well, I appreciate you being who you are.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Someone's
welcome.
got to be prepared.
I was going to say that after Michael's done with Synanon, if we want to talk about Fred Durst, I think I could get that out of the way for you. But if everyone has plans, I can always
Ooh.
wait as well. Say,
I
No,
mean,
no,
we
by all
wait
means,
on
if you
bated
wanna get it
breath
out,
for
get it
John
out.
Episodes, so
Yeah.
all right. Well, then after not this week, well, 2 weeks from now, I'll talk to you guys about Fred Durst.
Excellent.
Oh, I'd rather keep rolling
Yeah.
Rolling.
like an air raid vehicle. So this might be one of our shorter episodes in a good long while, unless y'all want to answer the permanently lingering question.
Michael?
How y'all doing this week?
He jumped
Oh,
it.
no.
Yeah, he wanted me to speak for him this week, so I'm just going to pick it up
fair.
all over the place.
That's probably better.
I have a real question for you guys.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a real answer.
I have a
So-
fake one.
If we all took the psychopath test, who do you think on our podcast would score the highest?
Ooh,
Is this a loaded question?
This is yes, but also an interesting one nonetheless.
Well,
If
one,
you'd said
can you-
sociopath, I would have gone me like first
Yeah.
thing out of the gate. But
Okay.
psycho, I'm not sure.
Is this something we're going to have to report back on?
Yeah, I'm going to send you the 20 questions, and we're going to
Oh,
find
okay,
out.
okay. Should we
Okay.
take our guesses now
Yeah,
and then
I
compare
Yeah,
them?
and then
think we
Okay.
should.
report back next week. You should send that or throw the link into the show notes, too, in case people want to compete.
Yeah.
Who can be
yeah.
the crazier one?
Well, considering, Courtney, that you are the Ted Kaczynski of this podcast, I am going to say that you are probably high in the running for me.
You know what? Yeah, I actually do vote Courtney because she sent live bees to somebody.
Yep. Yeah, she's basically the Unabomber of our show. And, Michael opened the package and survived.
Courtney
Luckily.
once told me in depth how she would dispose of a body.
That's true.
Well, I mean, haven't we all technically
Yeah,
explored that
I mean, that's
option once or
something we've
twice?
all-
Oh yeah, but this
or
was
10
like
times.
But mine's
very
brilliant.
casual. Brilliant, yes, but also it was a very casual conversation. Because I know how to get rid of a body.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not-
listen, I watched Sweeney Todd too, okay? I know how to make a
No.
meat pie.
Are you going to share this, or do you want to keep this?
Oh, I can tell because I'm not going to do it.
I feel like this is a nice way to go out before we take the test.
I always, think murder's a nice way to go out. No, I think if you're gonna kill somebody and dismember them, you put their pieces of their body into dog bags and you leave them in like dog poop receptacles all over the city, because that's not somewhere that anybody would look and it would cover the smell.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
So now
a lot less conspicuous than in like dumpsters or something like that.
Right.
So Jill the Ripper over here is just coming
what
up
I'm
with casual
fucking
ideas.
saying.
Yeah.
And John lets me sit behind him.
I have the camera. I can see if you're,
But he's also aware that his death is going to come through that door at any given interval. So he's been waiting for the dispatch
Dude.
from behind.
I think it's probably a combination of all of the above, but like late night when I'm working on stuff in here, I'll have my these headphones on, and like I'll work on music, or I'll be like idly doing something, and I swear I hear noises. And it freaks me the fuck out. It's always around like 1:30. Probably is my neighbor turning up their stereo or something.
It's
but
called
every
music,
time,
John.
every
You're
time-
mixing it.
No, it's not the same. That's not what I was saying.
It's
John,
coming from
it's-
inside the recording.
John,
You
it's your
ghosted the
schizophrenia.
recording
It's
of-
okay.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, you just recorded Michael farting or burping or, blowing his nose again, and you've got it so down in the mix that you don't realize it's still on the track.
Oh, like that one time where I sent you a rough mix and you're like, Sam's coughing in the background
Uh-huh.
and you gave me a timestamp and I was like,
Yep.
holy fuck, yeah, she is.
Yeah, I myself thought I was, watching Halloween in the background. Kill, kill, kill.
If it makes you feel any better about post-show activities, Becky, Kristen, and I left the second, because we went to my work afterwards for a quick round. And then everybody, I guess, got like a 14th wind, and they wanted to go to a 2 a.m. bar. And I was like, "Fuck this! I'm starving." Because I'm just like you, like Shane. I didn't have time to eat. We're running around, so a Wendy's dinner it was. So like we left. I went and got Wendy's, sat on my couch, had a beer, and fell asleep. And then I woke up to a text from Asher, and he sent it at 2:45 in the morning, and it said, "What the fuck? Shit went wild. Ask Sam how her bite is doing."
What?
So apparently they go to this dive bar in Central Phoenix, and he called her chaotic neutral woman and her dog, whose name was Little Tony, are on the patio, and apparently they're all fucked up, and this girl flat out bites Sam on the arm.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, to which I respond to both Asher and to Sam and Marcus. I was like, yeah, I just go home and eat and relax on the couch, and I'm happy with that. I don't need these stories. Nothing good happens after midnight. Not a goddamn thing.
Wow.
I like that you preface that with, here, let me help you feel better.
Well, yeah,
about
this is
That's
why you don't
true.
stay
show.
out. This is why you don't stay out.
I don't need your affirmation.
I know you
figured
don't. I'm
this
just
shit
giving you
out
more ammo.
years ago that I hate you people, and the least amount of time I spend with you is the best for all involved parties.
And then you're like, let's start a podcast, John.
Yeah, he's not spending
No,
time
thought
with
you roped him
you
into
said,
this.
yeah, I was going to say, you asked me to do the podcast, and I was like, well, here I am fixing your fuck ups again. So, yeah, I guess I'll carry this. Somebody got to.
Bless you, my dear. Look at how they treated my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yes.
Get the quote
But
right. you
but anyway, shout out to the fucking
Mother
woman
of little
who,
Tony.
yeah, the
the
mother of little
chaotic
Tony.
neutral.
I don't think
Mother.
that's neutral chaos.
Let's be real about the Bard House here for a second. We've been wanting to bite Sam for 7 years now, so I'm upset somebody got there before me.
I don't want to be this guy, but I feel like I have to say it. She probably deserved the bite.
Yeah, no doubt.
God damn
I
it.
know this woman. I love her to death. She probably said something. She probably like, you wouldn't fucking bite me. And then the woman's like, oh, yeah? And she's like, yeah, fuck you and your dog. And then she probably got bit. That's probably how it happened.
Oh, so it's the female equivalent of John?
Talk shit.
Basically,
get
Dare
bit.
me,
Yeah,
dare
don't
me,
dare
and I
me.
will.
Basically.
Did the
Except-
dog
Have
have
the
a
balls.
bleach blonde, short cropped haircut?
No, it was one of those ratty looking things.
So
Oh,
yes.
so, okay. All right. Noted.
So, yeah. Yeah. Anywho, there's the anecdotal story for you. That's not how I'm doing. That's how our friends are doing.
Well, in the immortal words of Justin Bieber, where are you now that I need you?
Good pull.
Wow.
Yep. Well, ladies and germaphobes, thank you as always for joining us for another stirring installment of this podcast. And yes, much to our chagrin or your delight, depending upon what camp you're in, we will bring you back more Cinnabon next week so that you can engorge yourself, fall asleep in a pile of goo on your couch, ashamed of what you got up to as per usual.
Right.
But if you're enjoying what you're hearing here on your preferred podcast provider app, you should probably subscribe. That means that this will wing your way with little thought. In fact, no thought at all. It'll occur synaptically every marvelous Monday morning. And then if you enjoy it and you want to let us know, give us a little rate and a review, because we would love to hear from you. Furthermore, we are on the tubes of you every wonderful Wednesday, and we're bringing you fabulous fan fiction, ridiculous concepts, and discussion about books that we enjoy from time to time, and myriad other nonsense that we can dredge up out of our disgusting and sociopathic and psychopathic brains, as Courtney will attest. And furthermore, there's a link tree in the show notes as along with all of my sources for this week's material, so you can go scope us out on your preferred social network of choice and give us a little love there if you're so inclined. But I think that covers it and wraps us up like a pair of legs around a 14-year-old John Mayer. So,
God, stop.
he don't need no doctor for his prescription to be filled.
Yep.
Indeed.
Ooh-wee.
And he's free ballin'.
Why,
So
Georgia?
for-
Why?
Disinformed this week, he wants to run through the halls of his high school, and I am Shane.
I'm John.
I'm Michael.
I'm Courtney.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Do it.
Zippity zoop! I'm out of here. Wait.
Why is it just
oh my
you?
God. Oh shit.
I wish it was just you.
Zippity zoop! We're out of here.
Keep the cough in.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
keep the
that.
coffin.